have some anonymous cues. I am going to read them out and then give you some top tips and some answers and my thoughts. All right. Hope that's cool. Right. Number 1, how to increase fibre intake. I am nowhere near meeting my goals. What is the value in increasing fibre? Then we've got, remind me how much creatine daily, please, and how do you drink it? And then we have, how do you deal with DOMs? It's really hard to hit the gym again when you can't bloody move. Yeah, get that. Right, so how to increase my fibre intake. Right, so sometimes fibre intake we get totally overwhelmed with and we're like, oh my God, this is virtually impossible. So I want you to think about this, all right? 25 to 30 grams of fibre a day. But if you are nowhere near that, I want you to think about just increasing it like a couple of grams per week over the next couple of weeks, all right? By the time we get to Christmas, you'll be absolutely smashing 25 grams, all right? How to break it down. If roughly 80 to 100 grams of fruit or veg, right, is about 3 grams of fibre. So if you get 5 portions of fruit and veg, that will give you 15 grams of fibre. So 5 portions of fruit and veg a day, 15 grams of fibre. Yeah? This is the problem with fibre, is most of us don't eat 5 portions of fruit and veg a day, all right? So one of your snacks, mid-morning or mid-afternoon, could be fruit. Remember, a snack is just meant to tide you over to your next meal. It's not meant to be a full meal. A couple of pieces of fruit would be absolutely banging. If you're starving, have a wee bit of protein with it, all right? That will help. So 5 portions of fruit and veg a day, all right? So if you have 2 portions of fruit for a snack, you could have a portion of fruit in your breakfast. That's you nailed 3 already. Half a plate of fruit and or veg for your lunch. Half a plate of fruit and or veg for your dinner. That's 5 portions of fruit and veg. No bother. That's probably about 7 portions to be fair. Alright? So if you're going for 5 portions of fruit and veg a day, that will give you about 15 grams of fibre. That leaves the other 10 grams for bread, pasta, rice, pulses, beans. Yeah, we forget about beans. Do you have any idea how much fibre is actually in a tin of beans? Thousands. Soup, lentil and bacon soup. Yeah, lentils, tarka dal, Indian. Yeah, loads of stuff you can eat. So you just need to be sometimes a bit clever, but if you are eating 5 portions of fruit and veg, right, that is roughly about 15 grams, and it can be frozen, tinned, fresh, doesn't really matter. If you want to sit and wham a tin of peaches and fruit juice every night, knock yourself out, that would be amazing. I like tin of peaches, by the way. All right, so have a think about that. Obviously, these are anonymous, so I have no idea who you are. If you're one of my clients, just drop me a message, all right? The value of increasing fibre, first of all, it gives our bodies all the nutrients. So it's got all the micronutrients. So the macronutrients, carbs, fat, protein. The micronutrients are the things that are in your fibre. So it's like all your vitamins and stuff. All right, so that's good for the soul. It helps your skin, strengthens your hair, makes sure you've got strong nails, etc. Makes sure all your body's working properly. The other thing that it does is it stops you shitting pellets. That is very true, all right? However, if you're going to eat lots of protein and lots of fibre, whereas if you're one of my clients, you will be, you also need to drink lots of water. Because if you eat lots of protein and not enough fibre and bugger all water, you're going to cause a blockage and then you are actually going to be shitting pellets and it's going to hurt. All right? So we want our stools to be of a nice soft consistency and they just slide out the bottom. Alright, we didn't want to be like a machine gun going pew 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 pew. Alright, that's going to hurt. So, fibre, fruit and veg, alright, 5 portions of fruit and veg gives you 10 grams for your bread and your rice and your beans and your pulses and your lentils and your pasta, etc. A good way to break it down, alright? Awesome. Right, remind me how much creatine daily, please, and how do you drink it? 5 grams is cool. Most creatines come with a little scoop. Mine's is actually in here. Mine's is in here. This is sugar-free Ribena, which I always have my creatine at my lunch. And with my lunch, I always have this bottle, which is a litre, filled with water and... Did I say Vimto? It's Ribena. Sugar-free Ribena. And I put my creatine in here, alright? You can drink it, you can put it in water. It doesn't really taste anything. Just give the bottle a good shake because it can sometimes feel a bit chalky. The only thing it doesn't work well with is hot drinks. So, like, don't put it in your coffee or your hot chocolate or something like that. You can also, if you're drinking a protein shake, just fire your creatine in your protein shake and give it a whiz and then drink that as well. All right, 5 grams, my lovelies. Put it in anything, preferably not anything hot, because it does soak all the goodness out of it. All right. How do you deal with DOMS? Yeah, DOMS are hard. So DOMS is usually a build-up of lactic acid, so drink water. If you're new to the gym, you're more likely to have sorer DOMS, or if you start a new program, or if you do new exercises. We all get DOMS, always, right? We all get DOMS. It's just that as you get used to training and exercising, they do get more manageable, but you need to drink water. It flushes all the lactic acid out your body, all right? And also, another thing I would say is, I do hear this quite a lot when people start training with me, is they'll maybe say they come on a Monday and then, I was going to come in on the Wednesday, but I was still too sore. If you're going to wait till you're never sore, right, you're never going to get your arse back to the gym. So just go along, and if you need to scale it, or if you need to cut back, or if you need to use a lighter weight, that's cool, right? Water is the best thing for DOMS, but so is movement. So if you can get out for a walk, everybody can get out for a walk, so go for a walk, all right, and then go back to the gym. Just try and get yourself moving. You want the blood to get pumping through those muscles. Again, it will help flush everything out. Sorry, and there's another couple of comments. They are Cariss's wee videos that always reassure, motivate and inspire me. Thank you, whoever you are. And what your weekly meal plan is. So I've just posted it today, actually, to my ladies that lift, my midlife reset 1-to-1 coaching, and my on fire group coaching. I've just posted that as well. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want a copy of my weekly meal plan, just drop me a message. All right, you can find me on the socials. I am currently on 2,200 calories, which is a very weenie deficit, because I've had 6 months off with my coach and I'm just about to go again. So I'm getting my body all topped up, getting my brain all fueled, and then I'm ready to go. All right, any questions, as always, my lovelies, just give me a wee shout.